Hello everybody, this is Llodg, and today I'm doing a video that is kind of different than what I usually do. And I'm going to be ranking the Bungie Halo games, which I don't think I've ever officially done, but I kind of have a general rough idea, but I wanted to get it out there. And the tier list I did had 3 for 3 games on it, so then I just made a 3 for 3 tab. But yeah, and also before I get started with this, I just want to let you guys know that I like all these games, so even if I do put some games in the C tier, I still like them. Like, I've played through all of them many times. This isn't like a grade, I guess, for them, you know? So yeah. And before we get started, maybe you wanna put your list down in the comments, if you want, and see how it compares to mine. And I'll be doing these in the game order which they released in, so let's start with Halo CE. Oh, also, I will be kind of, it's mostly going to be me talking about the campaign, but in some of these cases, I need these tiers to get filled out, so I'm going to talk about the multiplayer only. And we're going to start with Halo CE in B tier, because the campaign's like really good, I think, but it reuses a lot of the campaign assets over and over again. Like, the library is just like 3 rooms or whatever. That's an over-exaggeration, but yeah, and then I don't care for the multiplayer as much anymore, especially playing on MCC. Like, the spawning is so bad sometimes, which is understandable because this is the first game. And it feels like you can die so quickly and you just don't have many things to do to prevent that. So yeah, that's why I'm putting that in C tier. But now we're gonna go to Halo 2, and that's obviously in S tier. Honestly, first campaign alone, put the Arbiter in the game. That alone would get to S tier. But yeah, I really like the story in this game. They really started to go for more of an epic scale for it. They introduced the Covenant Prophets and all that, and I just think that's so cool. And I really liked everything they added into it, and multiplayer is pretty fun. I'm bad at it, but, you know, it's really good. They got the battle rifle, they got dual wielding, even though I've kind of turned around dual wielding. Dual wielding, I've come back to it. And now, for what's gonna be my most, what's it called? People are gonna like this choice. I don't like Halo 3 that much. Like, I still think it's good, you know, like, the campaign's really good, where the scarabs come down, I'm like, oh yes, that is the perfect, like, there's so many good moments in this game, but I just don't care for it as much. I feel like they didn't go as hard as they did with Halo 2, I feel like they, like, drew back the story to be a little bit more like Halo CE. I really like that they reuse a lot of music from Halo CE, like on Pale Horse. I really like that callback and all that, but it's like, I don't think it's as good, and also they messed up the elites. Honestly, these guys are almost as bad as the Halo 4 elites. I think, like, I just don't like the elite design. I don't know. They took away dual wielding for the Needler. I don't like the equipment in Halo 3 all that much. I don't think it's as good. I think it's, like, okay. And yeah, but, I mean, something had to go into C, or else this would be, like, a really weird tier list. But now we're gonna go into the first Halo spinoff, Halo Wars. And I'm actually not sure which one it should go into. I think it's either a B or a C. People are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna do B. This is the first time we saw Spartans other than the Master Chief in the game. And it's a red team. And I think it's really, really cool that they're in here, you know? Like, it's an RTS, so it's much different from the other games, and it's kind of why I put it above Halo 3, just because Halo 3, I don't know. But Halo Wars is really cool. We see the Spirit of Fire, which is I think it's a really interesting idea for like a whole another ship that just goes and does whatever. It's during the Harvest battles and all that. I was about to say the Harvest Wars, but I don't think that's what it's called. But I really like that. It's like, shows more of the universe, and then I think this came out 2 years after the Joseph Staten Contact Harvest, so I bet a lot of fans are like, oh man, look at that. It's like connected. Yeah, it's an RTS, so that's probably why it's going at the bottom of B tier. I would almost put it above Halo 3 in C tier, but I don't know. I guess I haven't played it in a while, so who knows how much it holds up. But now we're on to ODST, which I think is a better Halo 3, and I'm gonna put an A tier. Not S tier. It's not that good. But Halo 3 ODST, I think, is really cool. It shows you a different perspective from Halo 2's story, which I think is cool, even though you don't get to fight any elites, and that's probably why it's not an S tier for me. Like, I think it would have been cool if we saw the Great Schism happening in progress, but all the elites are just dead already. But I think it's really cool. I think they use New Mombasa in a really cool way, because we saw it in Halo 2, but it was kind of bland in Halo 2. I don't want to say bland, because, like, it's also on the original Xbox, so it's like you couldn't really do too much with it, you know? Yeah, also, Halo 3 ODST and Halo Wars don't really have a multiplayer aspect to, for me to, like, knock on, like Halo 3's. So, yeah, and also they talk about dual wielding, and I don't really like dual wielding all that much, though I'm coming to it. I'm, like, adjusting. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, dual wielding's actually good. But yeah, also seeing ODSTs and actually playing as one's really cool. And I just wish we would get another, actually like a Halo 3 ODST 2 or something, a Halo Infinite ODST. I don't know. I think they could do a lot with this type of series where it's like, you're not a Spartan. These are like some spin-offs that's kind of like lower budget. Yeah, and now we're gonna be on to everyone's favorite, apparently, because in my whatevers, Halo Reach. I really love Halo Reach. This, like, when we played, I was Halo CE, and then we jumped straight to Reach, I feel like. We played Halo 2 a little bit in the middle, but it was basically a jump to Reach. And we played that campaign so much, and I think it's so good. Like, there's so much, like, it feels like it's Bungie's last game. Like, it feels like, it really does have a lot of similarities to me to Halo 3, and how they tried to, like, make it really epic. But I feel like it did a little bit better because they also had deaths that I feel like weren't immediately meaningless. Like Halo 3, they killed Johnson. That's like, oh. Then they killed Miranda. Though those were switched, but you know. But it's like, oh man, these were characters we would liked. But here, it's like, we barely know these characters. And would we have felt their deaths if we knew them more? Yeah, but I feel like that also goes with the themes of Halo Reach. Also, I really like the multiplayer. But if the multiplayer had like a bigger sandbox, I think it would even push above Halo 2. But I mean, this is like the last Bungie game, and they still don't have like a great sandbox, which is a little disappointing. You know, it's like, this should have been like the Halo, or the Smash Ultimate of Halo for Bungie. And I just feel like it wasn't. I feel like they didn't have enough. I'm gonna say they didn't have enough time, but I mean, like, they obviously shipped the full game, so. But if they like had more time to put in more weapons, I think it would have been really cool. And this is the first time we saw Spartan 3s in a Halo game, which I think is cool. I will always love seeing more Spartans other than Master Chief. It's kind of why I feel like I'm gonna like this game a little bit more than I used to on a return playthrough. But yeah, in my poll that I did, I was like, which ones do you like more, CE, Halo 2, or Halo 3? And people commented Reach over and over again. And I get it, but I also had a Reach versus Halo 3 ODST that y'all could have done that. And yeah, I think this is my tier list. I almost want to push Halo 3 up, but then there's gotta be a C tier. So I don't think I will. So yeah, this is it. I will be returning to this in the future when I do the 3-for-3 games, but I want to finish my playthroughs of Halo 4 and Halo 5 and their respective how does it hold up videos before I do that. But yeah, let me know in the comments, do you agree with my list? Do you think Halo 3 should be S tier? Because apparently a lot of you guys really like it. I don't like it. I mean, I like it, you know, but I mean, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, have a good day, and goodbye!